So yeah, what's up, guys? And welcome back to another interview this evening. And today I've got a band from the UK and called Stellaris online. So how you guys all doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Doing
Yeah,
good.
sound.
Yeah, thanks
Great
for having
stuff. Great stuff. And you guys managing okay the lockdown?
us. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're all managing just about.
Yeah. This will just get through it sooner the better. Eh?
Yeah,
So yeah, I've got I've got three of the members and three of the members from the band in the chat. So, do you want to tell a wee quick bio about yourself and what you do in the band?
Yeah, sure. One of you guys want to go first?
I'm Liam, and I play bass, which is obviously the most important instrument.
It do be the most important, to be fair, you know. I'm Jonah, and I play rhythm guitar.
And I'm Riley, and I do drums and backing vocals as well.
Awesome. And then we probably have your front man as well. Is he not in coming on?
Yeah, we're missing Lewis and Ruben today because of work. Lewis is a front man, and Ruben is our other guitarist. Or Jonah likes to think he's the other guitarist.
No, it's always I am the other guitarist. Ruben is the guitar player. I'm the other one.
They'll be listening, and no doubt they'll be listening in when it's up on the tube. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they'll be watching this.
And yeah, I think the drums would be the most important thing to a band. Actually, if you think about it, like, because that's the back break. That's the back of the band.
Don't be telling him that.
It's not big enough ego.
Just in general, when you want to get a band going, then you kind of want to have to keeping the beat and that going, and if you're just doing it without a drummer, then it's a bit shit in a way as well. And that's just my opinion on bands. So
they're always the hardest to find out there.
Yeah.
Like, I was originally a guitar player, but I had a bass, so obviously there's instant access to like any band. Or you really need a guitar player that has a bass, and you're
ready. Yeah, they can switch over quite easily as well when you're a bassist or a guitarist as well. It's an easy instrument to switch over, I guess. And I think when you're playing drums, it's a bit kind of starting from the beginning a wee bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about vocalists and that. They must kind of start from the beginning side as well in the band. Whereas they have backing vocals, and obviously singing in the band and playing guitar and backing vocals is maybe they can be the front man pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I had my experience in bands as well. I've had quite a few times getting bands going. It's not the easiest thing in my opinion to get going as well.
That's what we've heard. Yeah. We've been pretty lucky, to be fair. Well, I have anyway. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, we got a drummer, so everyone you have to find is easy to find. When you're a guitar player, you've got to find a drummer.
I'm the rare collectible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in a few bands that have only had like no more than 2 practice sessions, and then everyone's just fucked off really and just decided to do it.
Yeah, it's like you have to just keep finding the right members. It's not like it's an easy going, straightforward thing to do. It's just then you have to keep going through, circulate through members, and that was kind of my experience until I got in our band Midge that we got in, that you might have seen our band Midge and playing our Metallica covers and that, and that was our band. So
yeah. Well, I think when you're in high school and when you're in college, I think it's a little easier to keep hold of a band. But once everyone gets a bit older, they seem to drift or have more responsibilities. So yeah, I think it gets harder the older you get as well.
I do agree. I do agree in that actually, because I never had any musicians in my school. When I was at the school I was at, wasn't really a sort of my band. I wasn't really any musicians in my school. My school was fairly really non-metal heads pretty much. So it's
I was the same sort of thing. Like the schools took and grieved. There was no one else that wanted to be in a band. It was just me.
Yeah, just like the one-man band or something, pretty much.
Yeah.
The one-man musician. Like I was probably just starting to play guitar at that time when I went to school, or just before I went to school. There was a guitar teacher that popped into the school every week, and then I've got some guitar lessons from her as well, which is cool. This then sort of suited for guitar lessons. It wasn't like serious stuff. And then that's it was kind of this easy stuff. Like smoking the water and DC back and back.
The standards.
So that.
I think we all had lessons outside of school, didn't we? So, I think you, me, and Ruben all had the same guitar teacher before we even knew each other.
Yeah. It was quite a weird coincidence.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah, I had that for I had that for like a year or two at my school. It was just probably like something to just get start off with, and then I got a guitar tutor and comes over at the house and that as well, and that's something that got eventually as well. And so like a self-employed musician that comes and teaches guitar. So him for quite a long time, and we actually became good friends at the end of the day as well. Though he's he's been doing it for like 5 years at least. So
yeah, I ended up being really pretty good friends with my guitar teacher and then my bass teacher, because I just had them for so long. So to know each other really well.
I mean that's the same for me as well. Like, and the only thing is now that we relocated to Holland last year, so it wasn't it was a case that he stopped that now. So that's the thing, and I never got another tutor after that, unfortunately. So I was just teaching myself, because I think I got the hang of doing my Metallica covers and that as well. And he was a bit more serious than that as well. He's anti-metal, and pretty much so that was what I was looking for. It wasn't like the one at school. It was kind of into sort of basic rock stuff, not like your sort of mainstream rock. And of course, the guitar teacher that I had there was a proper metal head. He likes Metallica and that, and
Slayer.
Yeah, he likes all that. Likes Slayer. They were great.
I did a fairly similar thing in that my guitar teacher taught me how to learn songs, and then I didn't need him anymore because I could just learn the songs myself.
I was going to learn playing Broads on the guitar as well, and it was insanely hard. Like, I was playing that on the guitar, but not like actual speed, because it was really fast. I mean, I didn't actually properly play it. I didn't properly do that one, so I sort of just gave up on that one. But I mean, that with the Metallica stuff was probably better. I mean, it's just the perfect speed, I guess. And I mean, Slayer insane. I mean,
yeah, it's
same band. I mean,
just Slayer, isn't it?
I saw them.
You can't say more than it's just Slayer. Nothing more needs to be said.
The insane live as well.
Yeah,
I bet they are.
Yeah,
I saw them with Wham of Gordon Obituary and a farewell tour a couple of years ago now. And it's the only time it's the one and only time I saw them. And of course, Download Festival, I think last year was like the last time they actually played a gig, possibly. Download, or maybe it was Download 20. No, it was Download last year, wasn't it? Sure. It's where we're playing the last of our UK gig there, pretty much. And they weren't headlining that night, I don't think. Or were they? I don't know. I don't think they were headlining that.
I don't know. I don't think they were.
Quite surprising why they didn't get a headline slot in there.
Yeah, that's bad. That.
Like, because then I think Tour were playing that night as well, and want to go and see Slayer, then Tool's crashing in with Slayer and that. So it's a bit of a hit and miss with some of these bands that you want to see and you can't see because they crash with each other and that as well, and it's the thing. So it's a bit of a hit and miss with some bands like that. I mean,
I'd much rather see Slayer than Tool, personally, but
yeah, I like a bit of Tool as well, but yeah, Slayer probably gives you a bit more of the sort of headbanging and the proper mosh pits and walls of death and that, and Tool will be a bit more sort of a bit chilled, a bit more chilled.
yeah.
I suppose it depends what drugs you've just taken, doesn't it? So,
like yeah, Tool wouldn't do all that stuff.
Yeah, Tool's acid, and then Slayer's a lot of coke.
Yeah, they're like the opposite of each other pretty much nearly. So I mean, some great gigs, and our band, of course, our band, the band I was saying, Midge, we were a great band. I mean, we only played like the one gig at our venue. The only thing that we did was play one gig at that at Opium, which we played up in Edinburgh, of course, and that was one of our venues up in town. So.
It looks a cool venue up there. We haven't been up to Scotland yet. So.
It'll be good if you do come to Scotland once this is over. I'm sure you guys will take it up there.
No, that'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, technically, we haven't been anywhere yet, have we?
Well, no, Stellaris hasn't been anywhere because we haven't actually played a Stellaris gig yet. But because we were Days of Riot before, so we've changed the name, rebranded. We've played loads of gigs under Days of Riot, but none under Stellaris. So technically, we haven't played anywhere yet.
We became Stellaris, and then 2 weeks later, you're not allowed to play gigs anymore.
So I'm guessing you changed your name. I'll be coming to that question very soon as well. So I'm guessing you started with a different name, your band, before Stellaris came along.
Yeah.
So we could talk about that soon, actually. But yeah, before we start the questions, I played your track on one of your tracks on my radio show. Of course, you might have heard too.
Yeah.
What was the name of it? I can't even forget what one it was again.
It was Why Won't You Love Me, that one. That was our first single.
Yeah, I believe it was that one, and I think you released a few more, so I might get them on the bill as well.
Oh, nice one, thanks for that.
So, yeah, some great promoters that are sending me through tracks as well. So, PRs, and I've got there's a guy called Dunk that sent me that. I'm really know him.
Yeah.
Dunk's great. Yeah. He's the man. Yeah, shout out to him. You'll be watching this as well, no doubt. And he sent me a few bands actually, and rock, metal, blues, rock bands, and that's various types of vocal bands. So you probably hear I play lots of vocal stuff on the show too, not just your big bands. My show's quite unique. So Sam Radio Metal Show, of course, and I'm sure you know it because. I'm guessing the more bands I play, the more the station gets a bit of publicity as well.
Yeah.
And I was saying this to a band, and I was speaking to a band yesterday actually. I was saying the same thing, and yeah, I'll be playing their track on the show, and they were saying they were happy for me to play the track on the show, and they were listening, and it gives a bit more publicity to the station as well. And I do agree, and you can just spread some word out quite easily by name dropping the band's name, and they can just listen in. So
yeah.
So I'm sure you enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
We're like 2 hours now, 2 hours of rock and metal pretty much. I've been doing it. So I used to do it for an hour, but now recently I've started doing it 2 hours now, which is a great way to play more of these big and small bands, independent bands, and big bands. And so doing that, and it's a great way to play more of this stuff, indie bands. So I'm going to stick with that. So if you've not heard of Sam Radio, which you probably have now, but I mean we're quite special. And Sam Radio, we're like the world's first autistic radio station.
I've read up on that. It's awesome.
It's great, and we're not called like SEM Metal Radio Metal Show, but Sam. It's not like someone that's Sam that runs it, or Scott's artistic media.
That's my thought first of all. I was like, oh.
There's one guy called Sam.
No, but it's not. It's Scott's artistic media, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but they've got like a green fox as well. I know if you designed the fox, then the logo, but it's a sort of unique fox that they use, so it stands out quite well.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, everyone on that station has autism as well. So that's the main thing about the station. It's really unique. Yeah. So it's not like any other station out there does all that. So
it's a great idea, that.
It definitely is, and it should get a bit more publicity as well. The amount of bands like yourselves and other bands they'll be listening in, saying the same thing pretty much as well. So it's going to be.
That's really good.
Definitely. I mean, I've been doing it for nearly 5 years doing this metal show. And so it's definitely a great thing. It's helped my confidence as well. I mean, I couldn't even do anything like this. I wouldn't even be speaking to you guys if I wasn't doing my radio station.
Yeah.
So it's been great. I mean, I've been doing it for that amount of time. So, and yeah, I'm going to be doing it from home at the time being, at the moment, until we get back in the studio again. So hopefully we do get back in the studio again. It'll be great. I mean, we have better microphones there as well, but at least I'm doing what I'm doing at the moment is recording it from home and emailing it, passing them on to them to play on the web player live. So that's what I've been doing. So it's another great way. And so just a great station. I'll be doing that as long as I can do it pretty much, until they decide to call it a day. So I hope they don't. It's a really great station. I know they can go on for like 10 years. They've not been around for 10 years, but 5 years. But I reckon they get to 10 years, it'll be a great anniversary for them as well.
Yeah.
It will be. It'll be awesome.
Well, same with the band, we're just wanting to do it until we're old.
Yeah, pretty much tired, like Judas Priest or something, call it a day or something, when Black Sabbath finish or something.
Yeah. They're like AC/DC just sort of walking on a Zimmer frame.
It's a long time, for these bands to be around, That's a long time.
It's pretty mad, really. And they're all still doing pretty well. How are the Rolling Stones still?
I know.
I swear they've been 20 for far too long now.
Yeah, they've been around for donkey's years pretty much,
Yeah. They're never gonna die. They're immortal.
They're going for 20 years down the line.
They've easily got another 20 years on them, haven't they?
Hopefully 15, 20 years. They might just go until they retire or something.
Well, hasn't Mick Jagger just had a kid? Or was that like a...
That wouldn't surprise me. That sounds about right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I swear it did. I'm not...
Absolute mad lad.
Can I guys, are you ready to go on for some questions now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you some questions. I've got plenty of questions to ask you all, so it should be great. So the first one is, the first things first is, how did you guys start the band?
To be probably best with Riley, because he was there in the
in the very beginnings. Basically, me and Ruben went to the same high school, and we went to my house one day, and Ruben saw I had a drum kit, and he was like, "Oh, you play drums?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I haven't played for a while, but yeah, I do play drums." And he was like, "Well, I play guitar and I've been practicing a couple of years, so why don't we just start jamming?" And then we went to college. We met our vocalist at college, our singer. Ruben met him in his music course. That's Lewis. Lewis knew Liam. Big up Liam, from high school. And then Liam knew Jonah from college. So, yeah, it's kind of like a big mix-up of...
it was a scattered way. of us all getting together. It wasn't all of us just getting in a room at once and going, we're a band now. It was quite a long process to get all 5 people into the one band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it worked out quite well.
Great stuff, and so it's quite a mix of the college and school thing, eh? And just we did. That's the thing. So what was it? So what were you saying about the name of the band before you were called Stellaris then?
Days of Riot. Originally, we basically just you came up with that name, didn't you, Riley?
Yeah, I came up with Days of Riot. It was, I think, we're in college, and I think it was, when the London riots were going on, and I'm sure it got mentioned on the radio. Someone said, so-and-so Days of Riot, and I'm like, oh, we'll use that for a band. So that's what we were under for a while. We still have Days of Riot, but we use that for our cover sets. We've got like a covers band under Days of Riot, and now we're Stellaris. Stellaris came out of about a couple of months worth of not being able to decide what we were going to rebrand as.
Yeah, I remember when we were decided that we were Stellaris, because we were sat in your car outside my house for about an hour, just searching random words on the internet to see what we liked.
Yeah.
Stellaris came up and we all knew that's the name. Like that. We just knew straight away.
So you guys were a cover band before you were Stellaris then? Was that a cover band before? Is it Days of Riot you were called?
Yeah, well, Days of Riot start off with was both a cover band and an originals band. We used it for both. But we decided that, Days of Riot got, picked up a little bit in the covers side of things. So we thought probably best to just split it and just have 2 completely separate bands. So that's what we did.
Yeah, the Days of Riot basically fund what we do with Stellaris.
Yeah, pretty much.
So so that's great stuff, then, guys. Then but Stellaris is going to be the name you're going to keep from now on. Then.
Yeah.
And that sounds great, and I do enjoy the music as well, of course.
Cheers.
So it's kind of I should say, what's the genre? What genre of music would you guys play?
I think we always just go to alt metal, just because we can't pin it down.
Yeah, like that. But it sounds like alt metal, doesn't it? Like Alter Bridge or something. That's probably how they got the name. Something.
Yes,
Alter Bridge is a controversial topic in the band. Riley and Ruben, and I think Lewis as well, love them. And me and Jack, for whatever reason, just don't get it.
Yeah,
so we always talk about that. Everyone says,
you sound like Alter Bridge.
You do sound a bit like Alter Bridge. That's what my opinion got through as well. The high vocals is what is it Lewis's name is singing the band.
Lewis will love you for saying that.
Because he's like Myers Kennedy pretty much. It's like young Myers Kennedy pretty much, and you'll probably want to try and sound like that as well. And I know you guys do sound pretty much. When I heard your singles, you definitely have a bit of Alter Bridge vibes going on there.
Well, there's quite a few bands that people have, sort of connected with us. Like Alter Bridge is definitely one of them. I think another one's been Wolf Mother. Quite a few people have mentioned them, and I think another one. It might just be to do with Lewis, but Rush as well. People think he sounds a bit like Geddy Lee. So there's quite a few.
Yeah,
it's hard to notice anything else when you've got a voice like Lewis at the front. So it's whatever Lewis sounds like, that's what we sound like.
Who is it? Was it Paul that said who was it that said that the song Stellaris sounds like Metallica if Geddy Lee did vocals?
Oh, I don't know who it was.
Was it Paul?
Someone did say that there.
I feel like it might have been Paul. That's probably the greatest compliment I have ever received. Metallica fronted by Geddy Lee.
Yeah, I'll take that big time.
Dude, it couldn't get much better than that, surely.
So what's genres that you actually played in? Just then, the actual genre. What genre would it actually be you guys play?
I think it's a really difficult one. I think we're more. I don't know, because I think we're straddling the fence of metal and rock.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain that.
I just say metal as like a blanket thing.
Yeah.
No specific kind, it's just metal. Because we change depending on like
Each
where
song.
the moon is. It's all on the phases of the moon, whatever mood we're in.
Yeah.
We've got one song now that sounds like a Midwest emo band. Like we just changed mind. We're very indecisive, as you can tell by us trying to put a name on the genre that we are.
Yeah, it's pretty much for anything pretty much about you knowing about it. That's kind of how it works. You don't have like a specific genre.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think this metal will just be metal.
Yeah. I feel like that's just the easiest way to say it, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever you want us to be, we'll be that. We don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as it's heavy, I guess that stuff was pretty heavy. And just very catchy in that as well.
Yeah, so that's the idea, really, I guess.
Yes, indeed. So we'll move on to another question then, guys. Then, if you're ready for another one, and another one. This is like a more personal one. What are your hobbies and interests?
All right. Oh, okay. I'll go
Things
first.
you enjoy.
Yeah, go on, Liam. You go first.
I do a lot of stuff. I like reading a lot. I like anime. I'm a massive weeaboo. Let me think. I don't know, I like collecting stuff. I do a lot of like stuff to fill up my time.
Nice flag, by the way.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Japanese flag. Oh, I collect flags as well. I've got a lot of flags in my room.
Because that's what Matt Heafy uses on his guitar from Trivium. He uses that Japanese sun.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. On his Dean guitars.
Imperial flag.
It's one of these guitars I think he used in Shogun or during the Shogun sort of era. The Dean. It was the setting sun, the red sun.
Right. Yeah.
So it's definitely something like that on his guitar. And move on. And what do you guys? What's your hobbies?
I do some painting. I like obviously drumming. Drumming's good fun. I like singing. I do some gardening from time to time.
Yeah, gardening's the main one. I love how excited you get about, oh, look at this new plant I've got, it's fucking sick! I've never seen someone so intensely excited about plants before.
Yeah, plants are sick, mate. They're class.
Plants do be pretty sick, to be fair.
Yeah, you like my mum when it comes to plants.
I'll take that. Fine.
Do you have like a and do you have like one of these allotments or something that you?
No. Just in my back garden, new plants and repotting. You know the shindig. You know how it is.
Yeah. Did you vegetables and that or something?
Oh, I did vegetables when I was a kid, but the novelty wore off on that one.
It
takes too long, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would do. You have to kind of just keep an eye on stuff like that as well.
Yeah. The worst thing is when you're growing vegetables, right? And you come out and bits of it get eaten every day. And you're like, I don't really want to eat that now because someone else is eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, slugs and stuff.
Yeah, not about that.
And you don't want to put pesticides on it.
Oh, no,
you have to put it in a polytunnel or something.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that, if it's big enough or something.
It's expensive.
I'm not really into as much stuff as exciting as plants. I think I like Japan. Japan's great, so I like Japanese cars, and then through that I like a lot of racing games. So I just spend most of my time playing video games, racing games, going in circles in cars for hours. Pretty much all I do, really, if I'm not playing guitar or at work or sleeping.
It'll like set a new like lap time on a driving game and send us a video of it. Really excited, like he's done.
Gran Turismo or something all the way.
Do you know what I've realised? That we're all sort of nerds in our own little way, and we're almost like Power Ranger nerds. And if we like combined, we'd make one big super nerd. I think that's what Stellaris is actually.
So you have like you have like a big range of interest pretty much as well, and not keeping this limited to yourself, limited to having one playing the same pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't think we overlap on much. Like even when it comes to music, we all like metal music, but we don't like the same metal bands. Other than Slayer, but who doesn't like Slayer? and Rush, but who doesn't like Rush?
Yeah.
We'll all like loosely similar things, but for different reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
We're all over the place. We can't agree on anything.
Lots of various genres of metal pretty much. Metal's quite diverse. Not everyone makes the same bands, and everyone can dislike Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, and people can like metalcore and As Murder and stuff like that, and Pitfall, Toxic, bands like them, sort of deathcore sort of thing.
For example, like I'm really into like death metal and black metal and like that kind of stuff.
Deicide and that.
Yeah, and Riley's into Journey.
Oh.
That's so
Don't get me wrong, I'm not just exclusively into Journey, by the way.
I don't believe you.
That's the impression you put off.
So what games is it you play in, John? Is it in Gran Turismo then?
I do have Gran Turismo. I've not really played much of the last one because there's too many updates. It gets on my nerves. And Assetto Corsa's a good one. I think that's the one I send the boys the most is Assetto Corsa, because the Tofu Delivery 86 from Initial D is on there. So I'll send them me driving the Tofu Delivery car sideways.
They have more updates on the Gran Turismo Sport as well. They bring out a free carry. Well, they did do that. I think.
Yeah, they keep up to it a lot, don't they? But I fell a few updates behind, and then it takes too long. My internet's really slow. I can't be doing with downloading something every time I want to play.
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah, you can't. It's not the best.
I like
less than they try.
I like a bit of video games myself too. I like my interest. I like playing video games, PS4, console gaming, and I play a bit of racing games as well, various racing games. And I play a bit of Gran Turismo as well, sport as well, like yourself. And
Gran Turismo, that's a good one.
I like Project Cars. That seems a good game as well.
Project Cars isn't one I've had the chance to try out yet.
Yeah,
I think I might get it. A friend of mine's got it. He says it's good. But
I played the first and second one. They're good. They're probably the better ones. I think Breeze maybe. I was quite considering not getting the third one because that's a bit a hit and miss. It's kind of like the same as the second game, or even worse than the second game. Well, the first game even actually pretty much worse than the first game. And then you got like the Dirt Rally games are pretty cool as well.
I'm too scared of dirt because I've got my steering wheel, so I'll play it late at night, and you're going through the woods, blasting through the woods, and then you crash, and it makes me jump. I get too scared. I can't play it.
You have to do it during the day or something, or the night or something.
Yeah, I need to listen to happy music while I play it.
Maybe try and use a Mini Cooper or something, an Audi Quattro or something, a Group B car or something. Use that Mini and it's gearbox, so it wouldn't accelerate as quick. They went the classic Mini, and that's in the game, I think, as well. It's quite easy, nimble car, and it's not too fast.
I don't know my limit is my problem. I'll just go, oh, what's that? Oh, that's pretty fast. yeah, I'll go in that, and then it's way too fast for me. And I just can't do it.
But if you're playing like Crusade Costa than that, you must be flying quite quick in your Toyota and your Skywines or something. You must be doing it at some speed there, pretty much.
Circuit racing's not too bad because you can just remember it. It's only like 2 minutes, and then you're back at the start. Whereas rallying, when you've got no idea where you're going, you just know there's a right-hander coming up.
Yeah, it's not like an actual. There's this like rocketies and roads are closed in that as well.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell. Have you known the Nürburgring in these games then? The Nürburgring circuit, the big long one. I've seen it. That's the one I've seen in the news quite a lot as well when I'm playing games. I kind of remember. I kind of have it in my head as well. You go on that big straight and you go down. The circuit goes down from the start and then
it's a good one. It's the first bit is always the part that I mess up. I can sort of remember a lot of it, but the first part, there's just one corner where I slam straight into the wall, and when I know it's coming.
That's the bit before you get around to that bit before you get around through where the kink is, the wee hill where you kink on that big straight, and then the circuit goes that way towards like a fast corner. You go at quite some speed, and then at that bit you have to brake really hard, and then you go another corner, and then I think you go under that bridge or something, and then you just come back down, pretty much going downhill from there again. It's quite an insane circuit that. So the Nürburgring circuit, that seems a bit scary to drive as well. I would you think too? Because all these corners and that, you kind of memorising it as well. But
it takes a lot to memorise it. I don't know it corner for corner. I'll see like a certain part and go, "Oh, I know this bit," but I can't remember the whole thing. It's massive.
It's huge. It's like 8.5 miles or something, or maybe 12 miles. It's a long circuit. I enjoy a bit of racing games like yourself. I'd enjoy a bit of that as well, and enjoy a bit of I do a bit of wrestling games. I play a bit of wrestling games as well. Include that as well, and so
I think I had some in the past. I've not played any recently though.
I think Lewis is the biggest wrestling fan in band, isn't he?
Yeah, Lewis still likes the wrestling games.
He must do WWE then, 2K, and that's the ones that I'm playing pretty much on my console. And they're not the best games, but it's something you can do in your current console. It's not like you can play sort of last gen stuff on the PS1 or the Xbox ones. You can only play games on the one console.
That was weird to hear PS4 being called last gen. I'm not emotionally ready for it to be out of date yet.
I'm thinking last gen as in the PS3 and 2 because everyone's got the PS4, or most people might have still got the PS4s. But I'm still thinking last gen could be PS3 if you still want a PS.
Yeah.
Then, but
PS2.
If you on
PS2, it's just objectively the best gen, greatest console. With San Andreas, the greatest game. PS2 just wins in everything. This guy gets it.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on San Andreas.
I just think PS5 is probably going to be kind of similar to your PS4. It's not going to win as much as the PS2, I don't think.
No, I think the PS2 I think for everyone in Stellaris, it holds a special place. That was the console when we were little.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's just nostalgia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always that good entrance. The start-up music is always the best thing about it. It feels that sort of big band, like that sort of space age universe sort of bang when you start the console. It's always a good.
Yeah. What gives me nightmares is when your disc doesn't read and it goes into that.
No.
That's when it does that. It does that when it doesn't read.
Heartbreaking.
Does that nice chill sort of wave sound when you don't have a disc in the console or something.
Yeah.
I can hear it now in my head.
Yeah.
How many times I played it? You just know.
They should let you do that on the next gen console as well. You should be able to do like a PS2 sort of theme.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be a thing. And just add a sort of screensaver or something like a theme or something you can download on for that console. And you can play. I'll just play the PS2 theme when you start up the PS5 pretty much. It would be cool to do that. It would be cool. It'd be a cool thing. They might do that. I've not even got the new consoles yet. I mean, everyone will be scrambling for the new consoles. I think it's going to be quite insane over the Christmas period, of course, as well. Everyone
it will be. They always time it perfectly for Christmas, don't they? So everyone has to have one.
Yeah, I'm not going to probably get hope and buy a PS5 or Xbox One, PS5 probably because I play PlayStation. I'm not an Xbox man myself, but I won't be scrambling. Well, you're an Xbox.
I've never been Xbox. It's always been PlayStation.
Yeah.
Which is a controversial opinion, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta stay loyal to Sony.
Yeah.
It's PS2, and then you get an Xbox 360, and then you get.
That's the common one, but no, I was PS3. Even when online got hacked and everyone's bank information got stolen, I had to stand by my boys at Sony. It was too late. I dug the hole too deep.
The Xbox 360 was objectively a lot better.
Possibly. I still don't like the controller though. You can't change my mind.
Well, I haven't had a console since Xbox. I just PC game now, barely. But
yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns and play a bit of playing console. And I don't play PC games, but I mean, PS5 will probably be great when it comes when it's just like all these bugs and glitches. I think when they have probably about a year's time or something, the console will probably fairly stable now.
I'm gonna wait until there's a game that takes my fancy before I get one.
Yeah,
I don't want to just get one for the sake of getting one yet.
Cyberpunk 2077 might be the game possibly.
Oh yeah.
Everyone says that. So they'll be coming out next month, possibly. But I mean,
it's been moved a bunch of times, hasn't it?
It has.
So they keep moving it back.
But they showed, I seen a wee bit of gameplay the other night as well, and it showed you some of the next gen stuff as well. This is cool, so it's definitely coming on next gen as well. So. Yeah. And you got some cool games. You got Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well. Just came out.
Oh! Funnily enough, have you seen the article about Valhalla's going to be set in a town called Ravensthorpe, and I live just over there, about 10 meters away from me. A town called Ravensthorpe starts. I don't associate with it. It's not a very nice town. We had a good laugh about it the other day that Ravensthorpe's going to be in Assassin's Creed.
It is quite funny. Although you do live in Ravensthorpe, Jonah. Well, you're not kidding anyone.
I do, but I'm not. No, that's an unofficial statement. I don't associate with Ravensthorpe. There's some banging chicken chops there, though, to be fair. Shout out to Flavors.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No sponsored.
It's going to be an insane game, I reckon. This Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's going to be quite an insane game, and you got Spider-Man and Miles Morales as well. You got that one as well. Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man game. Yeah. So you got Miles Morales as well. You got that one, and I don't know if I don't even know if that's just a PS5 exclusive game. I don't know if it was an Xbox, but
I've not really followed the new console, to be honest.
No, that's just a game that I've seen. It seemed quite cool as well. I mean, I've been looking at some videos on that console, and it's some good games hopefully coming out in the next some great games coming out in the future as well. To look
It
forward
doesn't
to.
seem to have been that tribal this generation with the new PS5 and stuff.
No.
Because previously there was gang wars, Xbox gang versus PlayStation gang, and everyone just seems to be cool this time.
So thanks.
I don't know if I can get behind. I like having the beef.
I mean, I think one thing that connects the new Xbox and PS players is that they both look incredibly ugly.
Yeah, they do.
But this look completely different as well. Like the PS4 is a brick, and then the PS5 is like a complete different design as well. So you can see there's so much difference. It's not like not the same design at all. Like maybe say this
like a kind of like like a fan. Those like Dyson fanless like air conditioning units.
Air blades.
Yeah.
This one's one.
It's a bit like that, isn't it? not like the black one that used to be. That's not like this sort of bricky one that used to be.
I don't really play console games anymore, but I'm not gonna lie, I quite like the look of the new Xbox. I quite like how it's just a box. It's pretty cool.
It's like a block of wax more like as well.
Yeah.
Rather than a box. So it's like a tower block. That way I'm meaning. But yeah, the Xbox is quite insane too. So many great games out there as well. I mean, this has been a long conversation about games, pretty much. We could talk about it all night.
Let's talk about.
Would you guys not mind moving on to another question?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is one that you would enjoy. And what's your guitars and amps and basses? This is your gear question. So this is the main one. So
a good one. I had I think it was when we were in college, so around the time I met Liam, just had a big burst of looking at all gear and wanting to know all of the gear. And then I found PRS guitars, and I was like, all right, I need one of them. And now I've got one of them. I need a 5150. And now I've got a 5150. So I've completely unplugged from it. I'm content. I feel like, not sponsored, but PRS guitars and 5150s, best, most powerful combination in the world. You can't change my mind. I think I had a rant about it in the band chat fairly recently, talking about how 5150s are the best. Let's not talk about the time my 5150 set on fire at a gig, though.
Yeah, I remember.
100% success rate. Perfect amp apart from when it sets on fire.
Yeah, but didn't it set on fire before you even started playing it?
Well, there was two occasions. There was the one time where it would just set on fire as we were. I think we'd done sound check and we were sat waiting, and then we smelt burning, and we looked over and my amp was just a ball of flame.
It was pretty cool.
And then there was that time in Bradford where I think it just wasn't happy.
Yeah.
It just got real smelly and didn't work. But it sounds tremendous.
You're really selling it here, Jonah.
I mean, Eddie was a clever guy. He knew what he was doing, didn't
he? Yeah.
It was a stylistic choice. He was all about outrageous stuff like that. He probably wanted them to burst into flames. You know, like when Panama drops, just all the amps set on fire.
You can't argue with EVH, to be fair. You just can't. So.
Yeah, you just can't. He was the man.
Yeah. I'm like the complete opposite of a gearhead. I really don't care about my gear. I've got Harley Benton basses, which are like, I don't know if do you know what Harley Benton are?
No, I don't know them at all.
They're like, Tommen? The shop. It's like their sort of brand.
It's like, what were they called? Tesco's brand.
Yeah.
It's like Tesco's own bass guitars. That's what he plays.
Yeah, basically.
Which makes them sound bad, but they're actually really good.
Yeah, they're really, really good. Like they got two, and they cost 130 quid each, but they could easily like charge 400 quid for them. Like they're really, really good. I've got a Fender Rumble amp. I cannot remember the wattage on it because I haven't seen it in ages. It's in the van.
Oh yeah, forgot you don't. Yeah,
I can't remember. We have
I think it's 5.
A band headquarters where all the big gear. So we have us on PA. It all stays there. I think I have a 4x12 cab in there. It's been over a year since I've met him. Did we sell it? I think we got.
No, I think we've got a couple, haven't we?
Budge stuff, but yeah, we don't really get to see any of the big stuff, do we?
No.
So I've not seen my cab in a long time now, especially with lockdown.
Yeah.
I've got a little cab in my bedroom, but the cab that I take to gigs, I had no idea what it looks like.
So that's quite.
It could have burned down 6 months ago for all I know.
That quite insane.
Which
that
wouldn't
must
be out of character for my amps. Really,
that must be insane. That cab, the one that you must that big 5150. That must be insane. That one.
Yes, it's a good one. It's just the little one. I'm looking at it.
You have to get the wee tiny ones just to use in the house and that as well. So like the practice lamps.
I'm not interested in having a 100-watt monster. Really, I think we don't really need to go that loud anyway. So the lunchbox does fine for me. I think in terms of gigging, seems to be a lot of people doubting the lunchboxes if they're loud enough to play with drummers. And I can say I have a really loud drummer, and my lunchbox 5150 perfectly loud.
Well, to be fair, you both go through you and Ruben both go through the PA a lot now because of you.
Yeah, any time I would need a bigger amp, we've plugged into a PA, aren't we? So
yeah,
it's probably upset a lot of guitar players that I don't like massive amplifiers, but it is what it is.
You got to get with the times. You've got to move forward.
I have a very complicated relationship with amplifiers. After all them fires.
Yeah, you need to be able to try and make sure you get ones that maybe don't do that. Maybe there'll be plenty of videos on YouTube or something of that happening.
Yeah.
You see, like,
don't trust them anymore. I've been burned, literally.
See, like that happens, happens to like supercars and that Lamborghinis and that going on fire. And that engine fire is pretty much that's what you're probably having with the amplifier. Same thing.
Because it's such a high performance amp. Amps aren't supposed to have that much.
It's probably gets too hot or something. It gets too hot or something.
Probably.
That's the reason. Maybe if it's a very hot room or something, hot and sweaty gig or something, maybe that's the reason the amp will be sweating pretty much.
Yeah, what amps need are like a fan. Like a built-in fan, like a PC.
Yeah, something like
that. It's a weird one, innit? It's got to be the right temperature. If it's cold, it sounds weird.
It probably needs all that, so since it's a big amp, it's probably almost as powerful as a PS4 or PS5. It's probably got all these computer aids or something that you kind of it needs all that power processor or something, and that something a CPU. All that probably kind of got its own built-in computer.
Yeah.
So that's something that you might use. Have we talked about gear yet? Not said anything about wiring yet. What's your gear you use?
My acoustic kit that I have is a Ludwig, and I also have Pies 2002 cymbals, which I adore and stand by them, and I'm very precious over them, actually.
You usually sit when you're playing. What do you mean stand by them?
Good one. And I also have a electric kit. I've got a Roland at home, which I use, so I don't have to, crack my acoustic kit out every time because it's precious to me.
So that everything. Is there everything else you want to say?
Helix. I forgot about. We use both me and Ruben use Line 6 Helix, the pedal boards. We're big into them. I think that's probably why I'm not too upset about my amp woes. Is when we get extra lucky, we don't have to use amps at all.
So you could just use like use like a profile or something, or it's the PA or something, and that's something that works.
Yeah, we'll try to get away with using the PA when we can, but we have to keep the real amps just because it's not always an option.
Yeah, so I reckon
that's
these
probably
guys.
What's kept all the fires down is not using the amps as often.
I reckon they'll have safer amps there as well. It won't catch fire.
Yeah. No, there'll be ones out there that I can trust.
I don't think there's any stories of Masters catching fire or that. Master amps, I don't know if they've ever had any stories of fire.
I'm sure they have.
Probably.
I think every Valve amp has a potential of setting it light.
Yeah,
it's just like hot balls, isn't it?
Yeah, when you rely on heat being in something for it to work, and then I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
You're gonna upset so many people, Jonah.
I know. It's a very upsetting opinion to have. You shouldn't have a big amp and Valve amp's bad, but no, I have a Valve amp and I do really like it, but I still don't trust it, and I don't want to replace it because it's 5150 and Eddie Van Halen was really cool.
Like having a pet snake, it's pretty dope, but you wouldn't turn your back on it.
It's exactly like that. I might wake up one day and I've just been swallowed by my amp. But up until the point where it swallows me, it's tremendous.
So yeah, that's a good quite good question on that gear. So I can just talk about my gear as well. See if you watched my YouTube video, of course I was using an ESP guitar, a signature model of Guy Holt's, and ES600 pretty much. The badass guitar was insane for sure.
Yeah, I think Ruben uses ESP for LTD, and he's got I believe it's a MH1000, but don't quote me. I know he uses LTD.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's the pointy one.
It's black and pointy.
So a really V-shaped one or something like that.
It's the super strap.
Yeah, it's
but it's great guitars.
I think it's called a Horizon. I think that's what we call the shape. That'd be what the H stands for. I have one. I just don't take it out. I've got to stay loyal to my boy Paul.
Paul the PLS.
Trying to not sponsored again, but I try to only use guitars with birds on them with Stellaris. So Paul Reed Smith, if you're listening, just hit me up. I'm using them anyway, so you might as well.
But, yeah, I mean, I enjoy playing that guitar. It's a sick guitar and ESP.
Yeah, they are good.
I also use I also play a Ibanez one as well, but I'm not sure that model and the Mamba.
I've not really played much Ibanez.
Yeah, they're not too bad either. I mean, they're similar, I think, because both of them have EMGs as well, which is a cool thing.
Yeah, EMGs are great.
Yeah.
So I'm quite impressed I've got that guitar, and I've got a few other guitars. I used to play a BC Wits, and sort of in my early days of playing guitar, I had a BC Wits for work, and just a basic model, not a something. It's not quite Kenny King's model, but it's a metallic red finish, and I haven't played it for a long time because I've had problems with the jack, so it's been sitting in a case in the wardrobe here pretty much. So yeah, it's not been doing much at all.
You should bring it back.
Chilling pretty much. Just chilling in there pretty much.
Get it out, play some Slayer on it. Just play really fast.
Yeah, you never know. And yeah, I've not actually been playing guitar for a long time right enough. It was just a time when our band split up, or when everyone exited our band, we just moved on. That's what happened. And unfortunately, I was one of the ones that just moved away from the guitar a little bit. Doing the radio shows is kind of the main focus now. Playing bands. It's also a good way to get some publicity done, and you being in a band as well. I know it's.
To be fair, I get that. It does ruin playing an instrument a bit. You know, when you're in a band, and then you go away and you're not playing in a band. For me personally, anyway, I find it to be not as fun. Sat in my room. I've been playing along to some Metallica recently. Just because I have to be playing with someone else now. I've been spoiled.
Yeah, I was saying that same thing. Playing to yourself isn't the best way to enjoy it as much as you in a band, and you're doing it for the full house pretty much. And that's the thing. You need to be not playing it by yourself pretty much. It's not the most enjoyable thing in my opinion either. I was doing that probably about 95% of the time, playing by myself, because I wasn't even getting in a band pretty much. That was the only band. Midge was actually the only band that actually got up to play a gig. I never had any other bands that never really took off as much as Midge did. Our bands, so of course, that was the only band that took off. And then it was just that one on one. It was actually only that one and only gig that we played that night as well. So we didn't play any more gigs after that. That was it. So we just went on stage and played one gig. So, and we're quite unique as well. Our band's got autistic members too, so it's quite unique. So you'll see that, and it's. I remember one of the vocalists in the band actually does on the same radio as well. He does his own show too, so he does a metal show. And my friend Pete, of course, is the singer in the band. Then I shout out to him, of course. Then, so he's great. He's got a great show he does as well. He plays loads of metal bands. So he's a bit more power metal than myself. But I mean, I don't mind. I don't listen to much power metal, but I mean, he enjoys a bit more power metal than I do. So I mean, yeah, it's just great. I mean, that's what I can say about the band stuff. I mean, I'm guessing what I did was a good way to get experience playing in the band and playing a gig. It was like experience. It was an opportunity, I guess, to play a gig. I mean, I probably think it a bit stressful when it comes to like touring to different countries, maybe. As you're doing it every day, pretty much. I don't know if it gets a bit stressful, but I've never had that experience. But I mean, I just think
we've not had the chance to do it either, but it's fun for now. But maybe it does get a bit tiresome if you're doing it constantly.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with all these big bands doing it pretty much non-stop, really. Like Metallica, they're pretty much rolling pretty much every day. They're going to other countries for like almost a year, pretty much doing all these gigs and that. That's it. It must get a bit tiresome.
We all like piss each other a lot. Like piss each other off enough as it is. So like if we're like together for like any more than a day, we'd end up hurting each other's feelings.
That's what
I
happened.
guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
So-
but the thing is, we piss each other off on the band chat, but when we're together, we
Yeah,
don't.
I think we're always mean to each other, so I don't think it would really matter.
We were quite quiet at our gig, so it was surprising when you watched our gig video, we weren't even saying the thing. Like, our band is quite focused on what we're doing pretty much.
Yeah.
And suppose, I mean, yeah, I know what I mean. I hang out, of course, I hang out with my members and that as well. Of course, I see Pete and I see my guitarist, Cormac, and the guitarist, and we've got Dave on drums as well in the back. You probably can see him, but he's right at the back of the band, and he's cool as well. I think I've had him on the radio show a few times too, so been doing a few things. It's a great way to do all that stuff as well. So yeah. So would you guys don't mind moving to another question? So
yeah, that's fine. I'd just like to apologise profusely, but my phone charge is getting pretty low now. I'm sorry. So are we okay just to do one more question? Or
I've got a couple more to do pretty much before we round it off, but I should we'll go and I'll try and maybe get around it a bit quicker as well.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Maybe do it a bit, maybe give another 10 minutes or something. Would that be okay?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so.
Okay.
You're not just like, are you not able to like?
I ain't got a charger with me. I would do, but I haven't got a charger.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
But it's 10 minutes okay for you guys?
Yeah. We'll just go through.
So what we do, how would you guys perform live if you're going to go to venues, and if you're going to bring your own gear to venues or use the venues in-house gear? How would you do that when you're going on stage and that? How would you?
We normally find out what they've got before we turn up. So we normally ask sort of a couple of weeks in advance. We've got our own van anyway, so we normally bring most of our gear with us to gigs anyway. But yeah, we find out beforehand.
Yeah, it's good that you just get hire a van or something, and that'll help. That'll be a better thing than you taking the gear on public transport and that. It's when I was getting to where we did our practice, and we all had also, and none of us in the band actually drove, so we were kind of relying on the transport, the buses and that, to take us to our practice room and that we practice in the town and that. So it's just a bit of a hassle in bringing the amps on the buses and that. I mean, in the venue, of course, that we were at had amps there, so it wasn't really a thing. It wasn't really a problem pretty much. It's just you bring your guitar, and that's how we did it at our venue. So that's just another question that could just go on, but we can move on to the next one. Is there any new music on the way, guys? You got any new singles or tracks to release in the future?
Well, we've just released one. We've just released one was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. I think it was the week before. Called This Time
Was it
Round.
some point in the past?
Yeah, it wasn't long ago at all.
Yeah.
It's called This Time Round, and it's on all streaming channels. Yeah, you can find it now. Have a listen.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
That'd be good. I'll definitely get that on the show as well, right enough to sing that as well. So I'll try and get that on the show for us.
Yeah.
So that's good. So have you got plans for a tour once this is all over? And have you got any tours on the way?
We'd like to.
I see away now.
Oh, he's
Riley
gone.
left.
I'll just have to have the two of us then. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry about that, guys.
It's alright.
yeah. Have you got plans for a tour? Have you got plans for a tour then? And a tour?
We haven't got plans for a tour yet, but we will be discussing with Forge with that. Forge is who we're sort of under. That's who manages us. We will be putting plans in place once we know what's going on. It's really difficult at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think there's much point in making plans at the minute, because one minute you're good to go and then we can't do it again. It's a really tricky thing. We're kind of doing it on the fly.
Yeah.
Everything it's changing constantly. So
Yeah, it's like a weather
if we
forecast.
say that we can play in February and then all of a sudden you're not allowed to do it in February anymore,
So it's
I think it's just best to wait until it's all blown over.
It's like a weather forecast pretty much as well. You don't really protect it and that. And well, I'm hoping it'll come back soon as well, because I mean, it'd be great to see gigs happening again as well.
Yeah. Like, I don't see gigs being regular until 2022. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but some gigs
it's gonna
might
be a
happen
while.
next year.
Okay, yeah, I just feel like there will be some definitely in 2021, but
They'll come back, but as we know it, I think it'll be quite some time before they come back to what they were before the first lockdown.
Yeah.
Like mosh pitting and that as well, moshing and that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
I see like pictures of like people in like squares, like in like what they call like fences, and like you have a group of 6 and you can't move. It's kind of
No, we could have a mask pit. To be fair, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
well, have like a mosh pit.
A mask pit. You've all got to get your gear on,
right? Yeah,
and then just do what you would anyway.
Yeah.
I think if everyone washes their hands and then punches each other, it's not as bad, is it?
Yeah, we just have to wait on that one. Hopefully, see gigs again. Like our bands as well up here as well will be playing gigs too. That'd be the best thing. It's almost a year since I was at the last gig as well, when I was at Testament and Exodus.
No.
And that was the last ever gig. That was the last gig before lockdown. That was in March this year, pretty much, and that's when they all stopped, of course. So I mean, they were great. It was a great gig for us, and seeing Exodus and Testament and Death Angel. It's a big thrash night as well, which is good. So I enjoyed that. I mean, hopefully some gigs will happen better and stronger and better. Hopefully when they do come back. So we'll just have to wait and see in that one. It'll just have to be the waiting game, as you say, for that to happen. So yeah.
We went to see the Aristocrats at the beginning of the year, didn't we, Jonah?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the beginning of the year, it was after November, because I had my car then.
Yeah. It's definitely after November. I'm pretty sure it was a bit like January or something.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
But
I just want to play a gig. I just want to play a gig, man. Like, can the COVID go away just for a bit so we can play a gig and then?
Yeah,
I want to do it, man.
It can't go on forever, Sui, and Sui gigs will come back as well. Sui.
Yeah.
That's not go on for a long term, I don't think at all. So, well, hopefully not now, because we went through it for a while now. So hopefully we won't be in it for too much longer.
Yeah, you never know.
Hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Hopefully the end of it will be next year, for sure. So, yeah, we'll move on to another question then. So you got a dream gig, and this is a question you'd really enjoy. If there's any dream gig you like to play, where would you like to pray about? That's just like a fancy gig, pretty much.
Who do we want to play with, or where do we want to
play? And what bands would you like to support as well?
Obviously, we'd be the main act in Wembley. That's going to be this time next year. We're going to be playing at Wembley in front of thousands. With like Slayer and Metallica supporting us.
But
no, I think my dream gig would be supporting Metallica, but at the parish in Huddersfield.
Oh yeah,
that'd be mad. That'd be a wild day. That.
Straight away come back again. Then, yeah, that would be a great thing if they ever come back. We do a reunion or something. It'd be great to see to support them or something. Has any any gigs you like, any festivals or something, or with any festival gigs would you like to play about as well? If you want to play them.
I mean, honestly,
I think
any festival that'll have us, but
yeah.
like Bloodstock would be fun.
Yeah. Download, Bloodstock, the main ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leeds Reading, that'd be fun.
Glastonbury.
I mean, I'm not a fan of like Glastonbury, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but it would still be mint though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Just to say you've done it, it'd be worth doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be great to play Bloodstock in that as well, like the metal ones and that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Bloodstock was great as well, and I said this countless other times in interviews. I was at Bloodstock in 2018, and there was Gigi and Judas Priest in that headline. It was a
nice,
great night. I mean, I enjoyed that the most. It was a fantastic time as well. I mean, I would never forget that weekend as well. That we went down, and me and of course my guitar teacher actually drove us down to Bloodstock. So, and then I had my bandmate there as well. So it was a very good experience getting to Bloodstock that year. It was the first time I've been there. It's the first time I've been there. And the first time I've been at Bloodstock that year as well, and it was a fantastic festival.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Bloodstock at some point.
Yeah. It's quite far down from where I am as well, especially it's like hundreds of miles away, and it's down towards the Midlands way, and it's not easy going, especially if you don't drive as well. It's not an easy going way to get to it right enough. And I think it's in a field as well somewhere. It's just in the middle of nowhere, so you have to kind of find your way when I don't know where the nearest train station would be, or where you can get a bus, and that's so difficult to figure out how you can get to these places without driving. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be going or not, but I'm hoping to get back there soon. It'd be good to go next year, and Judas Priest of Pain, and there's some other great bands on that bill as well next year too. So that'd be cool. Would you ever like to play Bloodstock, guys, as well? It's a dream gig.
Yeah.
What bands would you like to headline or something as well? And where would you like to play? What stage would you like to play if you wanted to play Bloodstock? And what bands would you like to?
I'd love to be on the same bill as Lamb of God. I think it'd be immense.
That would be great. Maybe like co-headline or something. I mean, that'd be quite insane.
For me would be Mastodon. Obviously,
Mastodon would be great.
Yeah,
I feel like playing Bloodstock, one of the best things would be going to see all the bands that are on anyway.
Yeah,
and then getting to play would be like an added bonus. Like seeing all of these bands in one place.
There's so many bands that play there as well. There's like the Sussy Lancaster stage. It's some of the other smaller bands play there too. So. I mean, it's not a big festival as well. The field is quite small when you see it. It's easy to get there and back when your camping place is. It's not a big place at all. So, yeah, I mean, Bloodstock's great. I mean, I'd like to get back there again at some point. So we're about finished. We're going to end this off with one more question. Anything you'd like to say to the listeners?
Listen to our music. It's rad.
Yeah. Check out This Time Round. It's on everywhere you listen to music. On Spotify, it's Stellaris. Stellaris. There's a space in between every letter. It's very confusing, I know, but it was silly. It's the Vaporwave meme, if any of you are familiar with Vaporwave. You should check us out. I think we're pretty cool, and I'm not very biased towards us, so that's the thing. But yeah, check us on Spotify. We're on the YouTubes as Stellaris TV. Am I right in saying? got a music video on there for the song Stellaris by Stellaris. We've got a lyric video for Why Won't You Love Me, and then this time around it's just been posted on there. I think it's just the cover for that, isn't it?
I honestly can't remember. But yeah.
Nah. We're all over the place. If you can find us, please listen to us. It means a lot. We just want to make some friends. Is the thing.
Yeah, it's great stuff, guys. I mean, I've really enjoyed doing this interview. It's been great. I mean, yeah. Thank you very much for taking the time, guys, and we appreciate you taking the time doing this interview.
Yeah.
And so that's us basically finished now as well. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed this interview, and make sure to check out my channel, CM Headbanger, and give us a sub and a like, and make sure you comment on the video, of course, and I'll be doing more band interviews as well coming in the coming weeks as well, hopefully, and interviewing more local bands on the stream, of course. But we just lost Lywin now, so he's gone.
His phone probably just died.
Yeah, but I can't see by him. I'm guessing he just calls it a day then. So yeah, I mean, it's been a great chat. I mean, I enjoyed this conversation. But thank you very much for taking the time, guys. I really appreciate it.